In this video, we're going to show you how to install the driver's side rear power window regulator and motor in your Cadillac Escalade, located inside the back doors. The process for this is the same as the passenger side. Right up behind the door pull here, there's a little cover. We're going to use our pocket screwdriver, insert it in a little tab in the back here, and go ahead and pry this out. Pop that cover off. Inside this hole right here is a 7mm screw. We're going to use our socket ratchet. We're going to loosen and remove that. Down inside our door handle pull area is another trim bezel. Use our pocket screwdriver, pop that cover up, and that's going to expose two more screws. Let's go ahead and loosen and remove those. On the very bottom of the door panel, there's another screw. It's also a 7mm. Let's loosen and remove that. If you run your finger along the edge of the door between the door panel and the door shell itself, right about here, you're going to feel an opening. You can use a trim tool here to go ahead and pry this out. You want to support that door, put your fingers underneath, and just give this a gentle tug. Now what we're doing is we're dislodging the plastic pins securing the door panel. Once you have those released, you can go ahead and lift up on the door panel. On the inside, we have two connectors to disconnect. I'm going to press in on the tabs. With the two electrical connectors disconnected, I want to focus on the door handle release on the top here. I'm going to press in on this upper tab. It's going to release a lock. And once you get this white lock tab released, you're going to pull it out, slide the cable out, and then pull the barrel end off. Remove the door panel, set that aside. Using your 7mm socket and ratchet, go ahead and remove the plate. Using your razor blade, go ahead and cut the adhesive around the perimeter of our water shield, work that down and off. Now before we unbolt the glass from our regulator, we're going to use our suction cups here. You can use regular tape, like a masking tape of some sort. Our purpose here is to support the glass, keeping it from dropping down when we unbolt it and separate it from the regulator. Now with the window all the way up, accessing the bolts that hold the glass on the clamps located here and here, using a 10mm socket and extension. I'm just going to loosen those nuts. Now our window regulator and motor are located on the other side of the door shell here. I'm going to loosen and remove the 4 nuts. Now at this point, we're going to reconnect our electrical. We want to go ahead and power the window regulator so that it separates from the glass and drops down. Now that we lower the regulator down here, it is separated from the glass. Disconnect our connectors and set the door panel aside again. Now we can push the regulator through. Now with this pulled off to the side, we can disconnect our electrical connector on the motor. There's a little button on the bottom here. We're going to push that in and pull this harness off. This should allow us to manipulate this up and out. When you take your new window regulator, you want to go ahead and use a 10mm socket and loosen the 2 bolts securing the clamps here. Not going to remove them, just want to loosen those up. We just want to make sure that these clamps are loose and ready to accept the glass once we power this up into position. Let's go ahead and install the regulator. I'm going to line up the studs. With all of these studs lined up, we can go ahead and install the nuts securing the regulator in place. I'm going to get them all started by hand, and then we'll come back and tighten them down. And let's go ahead and snug those down. Let's connect our harness here. Press it in, you can hear it and feel it engage. Now going to reconnect our power to our door panel to that motor so we can operate that switch and raise that regulator up and reinstall the glass. Make sure that the guides, there's one side of the clamp on one side of the glass and the other side of the clamp on the other. Looking through these 2 ports, you should be able to see the 2 bolts. Once you've done that, go ahead and remove your door panel one more time. Let's go ahead and snug these down. Now that we've shut down the ignition power, we can now go ahead and continue with our installation here. Let's install our water shield. Feed our door handle cable through. We're going to line up the upper portion here. I'm going to install our bracket, put the 2 pins in through the water shield here. Get our bolt started, and then we'll go ahead and snug those down. You just want to snug those into place. They don't have to be super tight, but once they're bottomed out, just give it a little bit more. There we go. With your window regulator secured and the glass is secured, you can remove your tape or suction cups that you have securing the glass in place. Before installing our door panel, our upper window sweep needs to come off. I'm going to slide this down. And you're going to find little metal retainer clips right here. I'm going to use a pocket screwdriver. And you would just want to go in and release these here. And just spring-loaded clips. Pop these out. I'm going to slide the window sweep out. You're going to take your clips here, and this tab here is the one that locks into the door panel. This one here has a little hook on it. There's going to be little bump outs here that actually have space in between them. Press these down into place. I'm going to take our window sweep here. You want the rubber side facing up and the soft felt side facing the glass. Line this up, push this on, and all the way down. Install our harnesses. Install our cable end. Let's raise up our door panel. What we want to do is feed our dual lock rod into the panel. Push this over. And pushing the snaps all the way on. We're going to continue this process, snapping on all of our retainer buttons. Install our lower bolt here. Just snug that down gently. Install the 2 bolts on your upper door handle pull here. Once you have them both started, go ahead and snug them down. Once that bottoms out, give it a little bit more, snug it down into place. With that screw installed, you can install your trim bucket here. Line that up and pop it into place. Then for inside the door pull, you have your little trim piece here. Just drop that down, press that in. And snap it in. At that point there, go ahead and test your window and you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.